All right, we're live. Hang on a second. We're going to start over. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, the 5th of March, 2019. Well, I just finished with Jason, that went in his program with Mike. I can't remember his last name, was on. And we talked about some things that I thought should have been talked about. Today, I would like to invite y'all to ask questions. You can send them in via the chat room. I'll be glad to answer them. Normally, when I talk, we run out of time taking questions. And so, starting now, if you have something you want to ask, please send it in. And then Mary Ellen will tell me. And I did want to tell you yesterday, I may have upset some people. I didn't mean to upset. I meant to just tell the truth, my opinion. And when I was on with Jason and Michael, we talked about going to war, this country going to war, civil war. And I was very proud to hear Michael telling the truth, which is how horrible war would actually be in your streets, in your town, in your neighborhood, in your family. I don't speak, when I speak of we are headed towards war, when I speak of that, I'm not doing it to wish for it in any measure. And I'm also not saying it that in a way that says it's coming no matter what. I hope if you understood me yesterday, what I was saying was, it's coming. It's got to come. All of the historical markers are there that we can follow and look at. We can stop it. We must stop it. It's not a movie. Real war is not a movie. And every bit of it is horrific. Every bit of it. There's not one piece of it that is glorious, heroic. None of that. It's not true. None of it. Maybe after time passes, some of the cruelty, some of the sights, eventually are able to disappear. And people are able to give it a milder look. But trust me, it's nothing you want to see. It's nothing you want to wish on this country. And moreover, it's nothing I want for you, but more than that, it's nothing you should even allow to happen to your children or grandchildren. We just can't. We have got to stop it. The election of 2020 is the day. If we make it till then, that's the day. Then it must stop. It must. Now, what scares me, another thing, the Democrats are saying, and it's not me, it's the Democrats. Can't remember who it was, but a couple of the major Democrats have said that if Trump is defeated in 2020, that we won't go into a civil war, meaning that his people will be so upset with the election that they'll revolt. Now, let me tell you what that is. If you recall, when they were talking about in 2016, Hillary was hoping that when Trump lost, not if, when Trump lost, by any stretch of any imaginations that anyone can accuse the Democrats of accepting the outcome of the election in 2016 for the presidency. I don't believe it. They have not. They have not. They are not, and they will not. So you've got to wonder when they're doing this. If Trump loses, there will be civil war. I'm wondering if. I wonder if they're saying that as a function of transference. Transference when they accuse you of doing what they're doing, which is something they do all the time. So maybe it is that they've got plan B. If they don't win in 2020, maybe they're setting the tone that they will come out blood and guts. We're just at the point, y'all, where it's over. It's over. It's over for them. It's over for us. They have come full out with their attempt to change this country, to transform our form of government, our way of life to that of socialism. They have come all out. The media is all out. If you listen to Jason's program, Jason Nichols and I, we talked about the old days with the media, which were not any different than today, but back then, at least it was kept secret. The media was in the cave then. I told the story of Mike Kinzikoff. Mike Kinzikoff worked originally for the Washington Post, but because he covered me favorably, they died. After 6-8 weeks, he couldn't find a job. He ended up getting a job with Newsweek magazine, which unfortunately was owned by people that owned the Washington Post. And when I gave him the story which he begged for, the Monica Lewinsky, I mean, he begged for it. And the reason I chose to go to him was because he was at Newsweek. At the time, I did not know it was owned by the same people. Of course, nobody told me. And magazine could give us more lineage. In other words, we could tell the whole story. We're in the newspaper. You're governed. I mean, on space, you could hiding it anymore. Here we are. And to be honest, what I said was the good news is we have a chance to win because they're hiding stuff from us. The day they stop hiding it, we lost. That's what I used to say. I'm not there yet to say we have lost. I'm not yet. But I can tell you that we're in the hole. We are in the hole. We have got to turn it around. To turn it around is harder than starting something from new. It is. I can't tell you how nature works necessarily, but I can assure you sometimes it's harder for a company that's been in business forever and ever to turn around and change than it is for an upstart company that's just start fresh and just take off. It's just harder. So too is it in politics. We, our generation, have had it so good for so long. Now, when I say good, it doesn't mean all of us have been wealthy. It doesn't mean all of us haven't had strife and troubles in our lives. We've all had. Some of us rougher than others, some better than others. But generally speaking, what we have or have not accomplished has been because of us. Mostly. We've had a good country. And we're the ones that are going to use it. Ronald Reagan said, as I've said before, quoted in a famous speech saying we were one generation away from socialism. One generation away from socialism. But you have to go back to when he said that. We are now in that generation. He was right. He was referring to the years and years of social education. I say social education and social engineering. When the federal government took control of our schools, they started brainwashing. And from the minute children get in school today until they leave, they're constantly being brainwashed. They're being taught things that are totally adverse and opposite of what we grew up believing. We believe communism, socialism to be bad. We've seen it. We saw the Soviet Union. We've seen all these other countries throughout our time on this earth. We've seen what it was, what it is. And we're not shocked. Our age, we're not shocked about Venezuela. It's just Venezuela, just like all the others. But to the young, to the millennials, that's not true. That's not the case. That's just not the case. I know that's hard to believe. It's hard to make anybody believe. But it's not. It's true. As I told you yesterday, the Democrats recognizing thanks to President Trump, and I would say thanks to you, all of you that have worked so hard to get and spread the word of never socialism. I'm very pleased in one regard, and it's working. The bad news is the Democrats are catching hold, and you can expect them to start backing off the use of socialism, even denying it. The socialism, in this case, is a word. The function of a socialist country is still the same. And as they offer freebies, as they offer things to the people, to the millennials, and to the different fragmented races and societies, as they offer all these sweeteners, as it were, they're plotting and planning to pull it off anyway. We have to keep calling it what it is. We must not back up. Not today, not ever. And we've got to turn this big old ship around. We've got to turn around a lot of people that have laid back for their entire lifetime and never had to really get involved in politics at any level, but they had to. We got to say to them, man, you got to. Now you've got to stop doing what you've always done and get involved. And I assure you the resistance is going to be great. They don't want to get involved. Doesn't mean they want us to become a socialist country.
Okay, the first one is, what do you think are the chances of Trump surviving the attacks?
That attack, you mean the attacks legally and such, that kind of stuff?
Well, probably, I would guess that he means the, what's happening with all the investigations they're doing and, accusing him of lying and so on.
Yes, he will, I believe, survive any actual criminal attacks against him. I do. I don't believe that there are any criminal deeds that he has committed. I don't know his history going back to his birth, but I would just say I doubt there's any real criminal acts that he could be prosecuted on. And let me say clearly that if he did something years ago that might have been illegal, whatever. I'm not saying he did, I'm saying if he did, so many of the things going back so many years, which makes what they're doing with this investigation ridiculous. They're going back and looking at all these years back to his birth, essentially. The statute of limitations run out on 99.9% of all that stuff. So even if they do find anything, statute of limitations would run out. So the real prosecutorial potential, I don't see it. I don't think it's there. So yes, he will survive the judicial prosecutorial acts against him. He will. The attacks. Politically, I don't know. Politically, I don't know. Here we go again, talking about a hard and soft base within his own camp. I do not believe, and once again, let me take you there just for a moment. Donald Trump has a base. You've all heard about it. Roughly it's 40%. Of that 40%, 40% of the 40% is what's called a hard base. They will vote for Trump no matter what. They'll get up if it's snowing, raining, if there's an earthquake, they will go vote for Donald Trump if they humanly possibly can. There's nothing anybody can find against him, nothing the media can say against him that'll change him. He's got that group. But the 60% of his base is made up of what's called a soft base. These are people that are generally for him, like him. Maybe not him as much as some of the things he's doing, but they like what he's doing, and they would vote for him. But they're soft, meaning the wishy-washy. If something comes out that's got them a little confused or whatever, they can back up and just, they'll probably not vote. The risk is not that they will vote for a Democrat, but they might not vote. And in the election of 2020, a don't vote is a vote. If you're in that 60% soft base of Trump's, you must be informed and told over and over again that if you do not vote, you did vote. You voted for the Democrat. You got it. You did vote for the Democrat. This in 2020, people must vote. They must vote their will one way or the other. Because if they don't vote, they will have voted for the Democrat, whoever it be. They will have voted for socialism, whichever candidate wins on the Democratic side of the primary. They will. That's going to be tough to the questioner. That's the part that's up in the air. Is yet will these things that they're going to continually bring out against Trump have a solid impact on the 60% soft vote? I can't tell you that right now. I would hope not, but that's our job. Our job is to work on that soft base. Anybody else may help?
Yeah. Do you know how Trump feels about the 2020 election?
Well, at present, I do know Trump believes he's going to win it. He truly, truly, truly believes he is going to win. Now, let me concerned. Not only am I concerned about the soft vote for Trump, I'm concerned equally about the soft vote for the Democrats. There's nothing you and I can do. There is nothing we can do to stop the people that are in the 40% of the Democratic side. They're going to vote Democrat come hell or high water. But there's this 40% or 60% of the Democratic vote that's soft, just like Trump is soft. Now, they are being tempted by the freebies, reparation for the blacks, free college for the college for the millennials. Now, more so for the millennials, it's going to be the big shocker that they come up with, which is paying off all past college debt. That will be a big driver for them. I am surprised old Cortez didn't put that in her little total green new plan, but it'll come. They've got the draw. They got the bill drawn up for that in the House. So with the freebies and the tricks they're going to pull, I'm worried that they're going to energize their soft base. We don't have that way. We don't have things we can energize Trump's soft base with. Generally, the soft base for the conservative side is going to be a little more intelligent. Since in fact they're conservative, they're going to be a little more cost conscious, so you can't throw freebies at them because the conservatives will know that costs money, so you can't pull that stuff. What else you got, Miriam?
Do you think it'll be a false flag that will trigger a civil war?
Say that again. What?
Do you think it will be a false flag that will trigger a civil war?
I believe it will be a false flag that will trigger a civil war.
Mm-hmm.
I can say to you honestly, now we're talking my opinion again. All right, it's for everybody. This new civil war talk that I'm talking about is my opinion, based off historical markers that you look at, plus the things that are going on today. When I look at the Sumlin case, where the guy faked being beat up by white guys that had mega hats on, I believe Democratic Party, socialist, will stop at nothing to try to come up with something that they can use to pin races on all of us. They say it all the time. They do. They say it all. They call Trump a racist. They say that he's constantly spouting racist language, but then they turn around and say he's using some kind of code that we're all supposed to understand that makes us racist. So I don't think that some guy came up with that idea by himself. I just don't think he did. And I think somehow, some way, I don't know how, but I think somehow he got put up to that. And I think they will try over and over again. I think the thing in Charlotte was set up to try and trigger an outburst. They believe, folks, that if they can get an outburst, if they can get some triggering thing, that in their minds, that will be enough to sway their soft base into rising up against Trump and all of us. I do not believe they care at all if the political tricks and things they're doing push us into an internal civil war. I just don't think they care. I think if we turn into civil war, they probably figure they gain from that. I don't know how, but they think they do. What else you got?
What's happening with the Democrats' attempt to impeach President Trump?
It is ongoing, as I have tried to tell y'all over and over again. The soft coup to remove President Trump from the presidency hadn't ended. Still going on, folks. Still going on. Yeah, we got rid of Comey, Strzok, and that gang and Orr and them. Yeah, they got fingered and put out, pointed out, exposed. But there's still, throughout government, at the highest levels, they're still there, and they're still actively working to impeach President Trump with the sole purpose of getting rid of him. That has been their their mission since the day he won the election. Not since taking office, since the day he won the election. I will tell y'all what scares me. If he does not get defeated in 2020, if President Trump wins in 2020, I do, if not even between now and then, of course I do fear for his well-being, his safety. I do. That's how serious this mess is. We're in a real crisis. This country's at a tipping point, folks, and anything, any spark could set it off. A spark that we might not even be thinking about now could set it off. But I assure you, those that want this nation to become a socialist communist nation will stop. Do you hear me? They will stop at absolutely nothing to take over our country. They're not going to stop. What you got, Miriam?
Okay, there's somebody who claims that we're hearing lies about Venezuela, that they're actually getting aid from their friends, not from America.
I don't think I'm lying, because if they are getting aid from their friends other than America, I wouldn't know about it. I don't know about it. I'm just talking about Madero is trying everything he can to stop our aid from getting in. And we are still getting some in, I understand. But he has blocked much of the aid we're trying to bring forward to Venezuela. He has stopped it. Don't believe me. All I've got to go by on that, folks, is just what's being put out by the administration. Obviously, Trump's pretty humped up about him not letting it through. So how much is actually getting through? How much is not getting through? I cannot tell you. But I can tell you that that is a touchy issue. I do not believe President Trump and our allies in Colombia and other nations, I do not believe they will sit back if Madero puts a full court press on to deny any aid coming to Venezuela from us or our allies. Something will happen. Something will happen. I assure you of that. But I don't. If I've misrepresented it, I'm sorry to the person who thinks I've lied. I hope I haven't. I just know what I know. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said that many states are getting new voting machines. Do you know why? And is that going to make it better or worse for election fraud?
I would say any state that's getting a voting machine makes it worse for us. What you can do to ensure the safety of your vote and the safety of the vote of all your friends that go vote. Come election day, go in, whether it's a new machine or an old machine, go in and demand a paper ballot. Now, I know many of you went in, asked for a paper ballot, and they told you they didn't have the ballot. That is against the law. They have to carry paper ballots at the voting precinct you go to, for example, just in case, think about it, just in case the power goes off. Or whatever, the machines don't work. They have to have paper ballots available. Just demand it. Just demand it. My answer to many states getting new machines, folks, I don't trust any machine that is computerized, technoized. I don't trust any of that. Because if it can be made, it can be fixed, it can be put away.
And the last question is, Trump seems to be supporting the 5G network, and there's a lot of information out saying that it's very dangerous with radiation. Does Trump realize this about the health concerns people have? Why is he in such support of the 5G?
All I can tell you on that is that concern has been expressed to me before. I have put in requests through my channels, which sometimes don't get answered just right away, but I put a request in said, would he please just kind of look into it more so that he can explain to all of us who have fears on why he doesn't have fear. But now, take it from me, I don't know his position yet. I've made the request to find out. I will find out. Until I do, I can't speak for him.
I want to add something about the 5G myself. I just got the local newsletter, which comes out quarterly in my little village. In there is an article about 5G. They were planning to put 5,000 5G towers, antennas up in my county. That has been blocked. At this point, it's been blocked. So I would suggest to you, based on that information, that you go to your local town hall meetings, to your county meetings, to your county council, and express your concern and find out why they want to do this. Nail them down on it.
And I would like to add to that, Marilyn's exactly right. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you, we've kind of got a problem. We got a problem. We got the overall issue that our country, socialism, everything being destroyed. We've got that overall problem. Then we've got what I call them as sub-issues, like the 5G, or sub-issues like driver's license, whether you're supposed to have them or not, all the other issues. Don't let a sub-issue destroy our country. I don't know Trump's position on 5G. I don't know anything about 5G. I admit it. I'm telling you, from what I have heard from those of you that have told me about it, it seems bad. It seems like we're throwing out some unsafe levels of radiation. But don't turn on President Trump over one sub-issue. Please don't. Once we get him elected in 2020, we can split back up those that are for 5G, those that are against 5G. We can fight over that stuff then. And I'm not saying you shouldn't fight over it now. If you have a strong belief that you don't want it in your area, around your family or whatever, then do exactly what Mary Ellen said. Fight your own battle. Get in there yourself. Get you and your neighbors. That's a good topic to have a neighborhood meeting in your house one weekend. Get your neighbors in. I assure you, if you're the person that doesn't pay attention to politics at all, they will be shocked if they hear about it. You need to gather them up, offer them, little treats or whatever, have a little party or whatever you want to call it, and then talk about it, and then fight your battle there. Whether they put one up in Maryland, or whether they put one up in Conway, Arkansas, it's different. I got to deal with Conway. Mary Ellen's got to deal with Maryland. But if you're concerned about it, according to what she's referring to, apparently people were concerned in her community enough that they were able to block it. You can do the same in your area.
Okay, I need you to respond to this. Quote, if I have a heart attack or get a brain tumor from 5G, then no other issue matters to me. It's not a sub-issue.
And you're right. To you, it's not. To you, it's not. I agree. And let me ask you this. What happens if because of this, you turn on Trump and Trump gets defeated? Do you think Trump being defeated is going to stop 5G? Do you think the Democrats are going to bother to stop 5G? I mean, I don't know. I'm telling them I'm the way out of school on some subject I know very little about. I didn't say it wasn't important to you in your local area or to you personally. I didn't say that. I said fight your own battle. If it is that important, fight it. But don't let it skew you against the whole battle, which is stopping this nation becoming a socialist country. I see no benefit in a Democrat that's announced thus far in this race. If there is a Democrat that announces in this race and wins the Democratic primary that I feel is more conservative, or at least as conservative as President Trump, then we're safe. We're safe.
That's it, Larry. I can tell with your voice that that's enough. It's been 45 minutes. So thank you very much for being here live with us. Thank you, everybody, for your questions and your comments. We do have a Never Socialism bumper sticker now available. If you want to contact me directly, we don't have it up on the website yet. If you're eager to get it, you can send a text message to 240-499-6729. I think that's the only way yet to order the t-shirt that says Never Socialism on it as well. I think that's what our merchandise on the website says to do, is text that number. So
Now, let me say something, Mary Ellen, about the t-shirts. Folks, I didn't design that t-shirt to have a premium to sell to make money. That's not why I did that. That's not why I spent hours and days, Mary Ellen, days and actually weeks working with Mark, the guy that actually did the design for us to make that logo the way it is. I did it because we need those shirts on you. You need to be wearing those shirts out and about, because those shirts are designed specifically with a function to get people aware. I mean, you're a walking billboard when you put that t-shirt on. A walking billboard when you put that t-shirt on. Never Socialism. They may not say a word to you, or they may come up and ask you about it. But will you please at least get the t-shirt and get it out and wear it? That's why I did it. I don't want just a thing to sell. That's not what this is. You know, yesterday I talked about people gotta help. They just gotta help. Somebody, not me, somebody. Well, I hope a lot of people got help from everybody yesterday. Because I think as of today, I think I've had 4 people maybe that have said something. The amount doesn't matter. It's just 4 people said something. And I don't mind telling you, it gets old. If you're Mary Ellen and me, we get our heads kicked in every damn day. Every day. Are people mad about what we say? Mad about what we don't say? Worried about whether we're doing enough? Knowing we're not doing enough? We need you to help. Do more than that. We need to help people give a damn. Give a damn about us, whether or not we're doing, whether what we're doing is worth anything. If it's not, I can shut up. That I can do. And believe me, it'd be easier on my body. And now you can hear it. It's easier to not do anything than to do this. But I'll rip my throat to pieces. I'll rip my lungs apart to try to save this country. But it would sure be a blessing. It would sure be something to know that all you out there care enough to be involved and actually send something and get engaged. Please, I'm begging you. If you can't send it to me, I understand. Send it to somebody else. But I know every one of you that hear me right now got $1. I know you got $1. It's nothing else that's changed in your sofa, your couch, or your chair, or your car. You've got $1. Send it to somebody. Somebody. You can send it to me. Fine. Great. Send it to Jason. Good one. Send it to that Michael. I guess he needs help. And actually, I don't know. Send it to somebody that's in the battle and fighting the fight. Somebody.
And best of all, Larry, best of all, send it to somebody who actually has a plan of action and doesn't just talk about what's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't find men.
I would ask everybody to think about it when you go from these different sites on YouTube. For the people on YouTube that you're listening to, just aggregators. And in case you don't know what that is, aggregators are people that just take the headlines that are out there that everybody's talking about and talk about. You'll notice I don't do that. I don't even know what the headlines funds are that everybody's talking about. Some of them, but not much. I know what to do to stop this. I know exactly what to do to stop it, and I know exactly that we can stop it. We can turn it around, but I gotta have help.
Okay, in order to help, you can go to PayPal. Larry's account is nicholslive@aol.com. That's nicholslive@aol.com. It'll be shown, the PayPal account will be shown under the video as soon as we're off going live.
Okay, and you go to nicholslive.com and see how the mail's up there, but do not send checks. Can't send a check, I can't get them cash. They're easy.
Can't cash money orders either, folks.
I was a little thing about that. But anyway, look, think about the things we talked about here. Take just 5 minutes tonight and just think about it. Just think about it. The truth is a truth for me, Mary Ellen, and for all of you. Truth is truth. Now, if you don't see it, you don't see the truth like we do, you don't see our version of the truth, then so be it. So be it. But if you do, if you're worried about it, I know many of you are. Believe me, I've talked to enough of you to know you are worried about the things you're worried about. And to all of the people that have helped, dear God, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. But I gotta have help today, big time. So anybody's out there, if you can today, and need it desperately, let's turn this country around. Let's save the greatest country on earth. And regardless of what our lives have been up until this moment, we may not have much. Many of us, I'm not saying all of us, but many of us may not have much to go to heaven and say to the good Lord that we did right. We're working now to save this country is good. That's the one good deed we can do. And it will make up for a whole bunch of what we've done wrong. If we can just stick together and do this one thing right and do it all the way. Thank you. Good day.
Thanks, folks. We'll be back on at 2 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. Thank you.